Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel with a new video about World of Tanks. Today I am playing the E-50M with two very good friends, one in the AMX-50B and the other one in the Foch 155. We are playing on Halluf, and this is a quite open map which has been reworked a few patches ago, and I am heading towards the top left corner of the map in A1, A2, B1, B2. This is where you should go if you are in a heavy tank or top tier tank, let's say with decent close combat abilities, just because now with a lot of cover we can get really close to the opponent without being shot. It's the opposite in the central part of the map, which is quite open, except for this village in F6, F7. And this central area is much more suitable for scouts, so either light tanks or light medium tanks. If you are in a tank destroyer, you can either support the massive push that should happen in C1, D1, or you can stay close to your base on the ridge, defending your scouts. Well, it will really depend on the current need of your team and the abilities of your tank, because some tank destroyers are quite comfortable at close range as well. So now back at the E-50M. I haven't been playing this tank for a long time. I have previously made a commented gameplay which was called Pivot Point. However, I haven't played this tank since, and it's definitely not because it's a horrible tank or because I dislike it. Actually, it's quite the opposite. I found it to be very fun, efficient as well, but the reason I haven't been playing it a lot recently is because of the map rotation, and now with the last patch 2.1 we have 5 maps back, and those are suitable for medium tanks, which wasn't the case of the rotation we had previously, which were more for heavy tanks or tank destroyers. Now I am really glad that we have those maps back, and I can play some tanks that I have neglected, such as the E-50M or the Leopard 1 as well. So the E-50M has a pretty unique gameplay. It's good at close, mid and long range as well. It's quite flexible. It's due to a weird combination of strength and weaknesses. Let's start with the weaknesses. There are several of them. First, your gun depression is not good frontally. It's only -6 frontally and -8 if you are pointing toward the back of your tank, but this should never happen. You'll have quite a low DPM for tier 10 medium tank. It's probably one of the lowest actually. You also have fairly poor maneuverability. It's a medium tank, so it's not bad. It's definitely not uncomfortable, but compared again to the other tier 10 medium tanks, you'll feel a bit sluggish. And the tank is fairly large as well, so it's really hard to hide it, and you'll have a terrible camouflage value. Well, okay, enough about the disadvantages of this tank. It's a fantastic tank overall, and I will prove it today. So first, your main strength will be your pinpoint accuracy. 0.3, which I believe is the best in the entire game. There might be some tank destroyer with less than this, but clearly you will be more accurate than most tank destroyers in the game. Combined with a fairly high penetration, you can damage any tank at any distance. The alpha damage is just generic, 390, nothing special, but clearly it's not bad either. So anyway, if you need to shoot a target from a very long distance, you can do it, and this is why I was currently waiting at those two medium tanks to pop up, just because they are one shots, and my friend in the tank destroyer who are spotting them is quite in danger, because he has an auto-loader, so if he's ever caught reloading, those two medium tanks could be deadly to him. However, I've waited long enough and I didn't have an angle on them. I would be more useful flanking the remaining tanks in A2 and A3. At close range, this tank will perform well. The turret traverse is fairly slow, however it's not a problem unless you are brawling at extremely close range. And at close range you are not too much at disadvantage unless you are facing one-on-one on another medium, just because you have a fairly low DPM. But apart from this, you'll have a good armor, which will not be overmatched by some high caliber opponents. And also you have a good ramming abilities, just because you have an excellent top speed and a high weight, so if you can ram someone, you will deal some very high damage to them. So apart from point blank range, you will be comfortable in all kinds of situations. It's definitely a good tank in wolf pack as well. You can have some friends in medium tanks and you will be able to support them, even if you are backing them up from a longer distance, but you can come in closer range if need be. So now back to the game. So I have flanked a few opponents, and with the help of all the remaining tanks we had, the opposition here is just eliminated. We have the control of the top left corner, which is vital in this map because it allows us to close to the enemy base. And this specific position that I'm currently at is dangerous. However, before going there, I was looking at the remaining number of opponents and the position of enemies located, especially those two medium tanks, which have clearly no sign, no line of fire at me. So we have the tactical advantage and the numerical advantage as well. We are leading by 2 tanks. However, they still have some powerful tanks in the enemy team, almost only tier 10s, such as this E100, an FVB 183 and 2 tier 10 mediums as well, so it's really dangerous. I was getting closer just to see if I had any line of sight toward those 2 medium tanks, but I still don't, and it's problematic because, well, my friend in the tank destroyer is not in danger. He always knows where to be, and clearly the spot he has is not yet in danger. However, it's not the case of our other tank destroyer who rushed in and just got killed. We are still leading by 1 tank, and I was trying to whittle down the health of the E100, and I got surprised by this Waffentrager, but I don't know what he was doing. He's not tracked, so he should by all means just retreat. But the Waffentrager has this immense turret, which is completely weak and vulnerable to absolutely everyone, including like tier 3, tier 4. I mean, it has absolutely no armor. I don't understand what he was doing. I was just going back in cover to be sure that I wouldn't take his entire clip. But, well, now we are leading again, 12-9. This is looking quite good, except for this bad shot that just escaped. I missed my shot, but it was predictable. I wasn't even fully aimed, and even if you have pinpoint accuracy, well, if you are moving, it won't help you. It seems that I have another opportunity, and yep, it bounced. Now, meanwhile I was reloading, I was looking at my map, and there's a tank destroyer in my back, and as you can see, he's not stationary. He's moving towards the base, just because we are capping, and he clearly doesn't want to lose this way. So this is why he was not pointing at me at the moment, and this is why I was standing in the open, because I knew he wouldn't be focused on me. And now we have lost some more tanks. We still have the advantage, but not for very long. This bad shot is dangerous, and I have a tough decision to make. Here, the bad shot is clearly threatening our base. However, this tank destroyer is just defending properly his own base, and, well, I have to choose where to go. The bad shot is a highly mobile tank, and by now he would be in our cap if he wanted to. So I decided not to follow him, just because, well, first it's dangerous because I would be exposed to this E100, and second, I'm pretty sure this bad shot doesn't want to cap. He is clearly going for an ambush, I don't know where, but he has the ability to go towards the columns 1 and 2 without being spotted, so he could flank us from any location. Now it's 2 versus 2, and in those cases it's better to stick together. So I'm going to back up my ally, and basically I want to spot for him. I have the ability and the hit pool for that, and we need to be very aggressive because at the moment those 2 enemies are not together. I'm going through this left path for 2 reasons. The first one is to take the FB into a crossfire, and the second one is to spot the bad shot if he ever comes from B3, B4, B5, if he's not sticking to the A line. As you can see, climbing hills is not the favorite discipline of the E-50M. I would rather be in a bad shot or T62A at the moment. The E-50M is much better at driving downwards those hills. Anyway, this FEB-183 has been spotted. He has reloaded by now, and he's moving backwards because he's trying to protect himself from the Foch, and now he's just entered my line of fire. Clearly he had the appropriate reflex, moving forwards in order to fight my friend just one-on-one, and he had the time to plant a hash into him, but it did only 400 points of damage. So now it's 2 versus 1. The bad shot is still not capping, so I was expecting him to try to ambush us or to defend the base. Even if we are not capping, he was probably moving towards his friend to protect him, and since I was expecting him just in front of me or to my right at this moment, I wanted to stop just at the top of this hill. And, well, surprisingly he decided to cap now. I don't really understand, he probably hesitated, and since his one-shot kill, when he knew his ally in the FEB-183 died, he probably just wanted to play it safe and try to cap. However, it's not that safe, because first he is giving away his position, so now we know where to look, and 1 minute is more than enough to go defending our base. The advantage the Badshot has over both of us is his camouflage rating and the fact that in one clip he can kill both of us. So I would still have gone for the ambush style. Well, clearly he's trying to fight until the end, but capping, I'm not sure it was the smartest idea. I wanted to surprise him from behind the village, however again it was a small mistake because I was spotting between houses long before I was able to shoot him. Was a bit lucky on this last shot because the E-50M is not the best at firing on the move, however from this distance and with such a good accuracy it was, well, it was not too risky to try this shot. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this replay. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.